Alright, so this is my first good news, bad news. I'm not going to really concentrate too much on eBay returns, but we'll talk about them when I have other stuff. So I've got two really bad eBay returns, but we'll try to not really talk about it too much. And we have two good things that we did that came in. So we'll usually do the bad news first. We'll go start with the good news, which is a couple of fun things that came in. And then we'll look at the bad news. One of the bad news caused me two brutal negative feedbacks, but alright, so this is still into my Toshiba laptops. My thing. Vintage Toshiba laptops. Of course, I'm always more excited about the packing than anything. That's how I roll. Right, let's see what we got here. So this one is untested, but I already have one. So it's a Toshiba Satellite, one of the older ones, of course. Windows, I'm all about Windows 95, Windows 98, and I just got a copy of Windows 2000 coming in. Of course, just for the games, pretty much. So eventually I'm going to sell some of these, but not quite yet. So this one, I already have one of these, but mine, now I know why it's stuck at, this is stuck at the BIOS. No, it's stuck at the logo screen, but there is an adapter for it. This one's cleaner than mine. And mine was missing the hard drive. Satellite 2595 CDS. It had a Celeron in it, so that's actually pretty good for back then. Mine was missing this. This one's complete. You complete me. It says there's a 4.3 hard drive inside here. We have a power supply for this too, but we're not going to do that yet. We'll stick with the good news. Wasn't too bad either. Big fan. This is still related to vintage old computers. The only thing I was missing while trying to set up, I got a few desktops that I've changed to compact flash ID to compact flash for the hard drives and all that fun stuff. But the only thing I'm missing is this. So I found one. Sound blaster. I needed a good set of Sound Blaster speakers. More packing. Real exciting. Boxes, the whole thing. This was a Sound Blaster SBS270. That was the last model of it. The relevance of that is I can play my games all old school. Power supply. Sweet. Don't need the subwoofer or anything like that, just the speakers. Just to get a little bit of better sound than I have. Alright, so pretty cool. Headphones in there. So you can use this, it has to be powered. Give me more sound. And a sound card. I got an extra sound card here. So I've at least 3 main desktops that are old that I'm making into. This is another sound card for another one I have. Windows 98 era, of course. So 2 of those go into there. My other 2 already set up desktops or already have sound cards on them or built in. Alright, so let's go to the bad news. I'm really aggravated about it, but it's going to happen. I just don't take crap from buyers, especially if I think the story was correct, which I don't believe. And the other one was somebody ordered something and they put in the message, can you send this ASAP? So I sent it right out for them. And what did the buyer do? He ASAP'd how quickly he opened a return on it on me, saying it doesn't fit because he probably got the wrong model. I don't give many returns. I don't offer anything for returns, so I get beat up when I get returns. 2 negative feedbacks off of this one. I don't believe a story. I'll never believe a story. It's a professional buyer who bought 2 different. I don't know if this is the one or that one. No, this is the one person who. Anytime anybody sends something ASAP, an old part for a computer system, for a game system, I know it's gonna end up bad for me, and this did. I took the returns, I just didn't want to deal with it. So he said, so I don't know if he bought the wrong kind. It doesn't fit his because you know what these are for? This is for a 9000 model. I specifically showed that. So this got rushed out and everything, and he said the door didn't open. The door opens fine. He said it doesn't fit, of course, because this only fits the 9000 model. Specifically put that on there. Doesn't look like anything was taken off of it. So immediately when this person got this, they opened a return. So they contacted me, messaged me about sending it out ASAP. But when it came time when he got it, he didn't message me about any problem. He just opened a return. It's the worst kind of buyers that you can get. They only think of themselves. Didn't have to take this back. I shouldn't have took it back, but talk me on it. Alright, so this is the one. Haven't seen negative feedback from that person, but that person's blocked now. This guy he ordered one motherboard. These are all for the PS3 2001, and I've been having problems with them. Guys are taking parts off them and putting them on something different. Professional buyers, and this is a professional buyer, and he gave me a story about how he ran it for 3 hours, and now it doesn't work. No professional buyer runs a game for 3 hours. They just take the parts and they put them into different things. So there's a way to take chips off of these and put them in other things. So I'm not sure what happened, but I got blasted twice with messages. So you can see my feedback. So it came down to I didn't believe that. I shipped it fully working. I tested it, did all that. They gave me a story here too about a chastise. Again, I have no idea what happened to this, but it worked when I shipped it. It was updated, and he bought 2 boards, one with a drive board with it. Then the first one he purchased didn't have a drive board. So I have no idea what happened or what's been done here. Maybe nothing, I don't know. But I don't even know if this matches that now. First he said he worked for 3 hours and then it didn't work. And then he said there was bugs on it. I don't see any bugs on it. There's always bugs, dirt bugs, you can imagine. There's always kinds of stuff. Of course I got bashed on my feedback, but what are you gonna do? I'll never have to sell this person again, so it's great. I'll take the hit because something was up. I had a few people doing weird things with these boards. And technically, like I said, he bought 2. This one should have matched this one. And this doesn't work now. I'm not expecting it to. But I'll never know why. All I know is when I shipped it, I updated. I only have like 3 or 4 of these that I updated that worked fine. So that's my bad news. some kind of story. Let's see what he wrote. It says, hi, this PS3 motherboard did not turn on intentionally. It worked fine when I shipped it. Once I cleaned it, it has a soft bristle and error. The can it turned on appeared to run correctly. However, given that it did not initially run, the state of wear on the motherboard, which remains a likely possibility. The state of wear on this motherboard. What do you see wear on the motherboard? It's just... So, however, given that you did not intentionally turn it on, this remains a likely possibility that it's not working consistently. I would message you about this prior to opening, but it made it clear that you would just chastise and blame your customers for bringing an issue to an item of their attention. I don't believe his story. I believe the only person that I trust is me, the one who shipped it. Working? Other than that, I don't know. I don't know what happens when buyers get stuff. What's moved, what's removed. But they're doing weird things with these boards. I had somebody else had some problems with them. Anybody that orders these just as a board replacement, I never have a problem. It's those professional buyers.
That's why Razor jumped out of bed so could hear them up there.
Oh yeah? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, let's go back to some good news. So this is my last, so he's blaming me on the way to there, and I don't believe the story, so that's where that ended up. Let's go back to this. Fun stuff. So this takes 15 volt, and I believe this is my 15 volt for this. Again, I have a second one of these that it's stuck at the logo, and it's a common issue. So I think I'll be able to fix it. I have to boot it with a floppy, with a BIOS. So let's just see what happens here. 15 volt. I got power. That's half the battle. Buttons right there. So my other one, like I said, it goes to so the lights flashed off. So this one, oh, I got excited too. It worked for a second and just went off. Bummer. Right, we saw it for a second there and I lost it. No power now. But my first one does work. I just gotta fix the logo problem. This one, I need the hard drive caddy. And we had power for a second. Let me just undo this for a minute. See right there? I would assume it's flashing. These have an internal battery sometimes, that's a problem. So like this comes off here. There's usually some fun stuff in the bottom. We'll check that out in a minute. Let's play around with this now a little bit. So let's pull off. And here's the fun stuff. Figured how to get the battery out. Let's get that out of there. Battery comes out. So let's get that battery out of there. Of course, the battery is always a problem. So let's see if it does anything with the battery off of it. One thing I liked about this one was it was complete. So I can pick parts off of this one. battery off. Did that do anything? Oops. That wasn't cool. Green light staying on here. No power, it looks like. Let's try something else. Of course, I leave 5 full star feedback no matter what. I knew it wasn't going to work. But what I really wanted was the hard drive caddy. Sometimes you got to buy a whole one to get one little piece. I really don't know way you can do it. The odds of trying to find a hard drive caddy for this would have been very difficult. Let's see if there's anything fun under here. Probably not, but there isn't. But I have one RAM somewhere over there. Where is it? I think it's right there. This is my other one. Let's try this for a second. 64 megabytes, I want to say this, and this is. The screws. Oh, they're right there. I thought I lost the screws. Let's see if putting RAM in that made a difference. Let's see if that made a difference. I don't think it does. Yeah, I really like the old Toshiba. Some good technology back then. So we don't know where the... But, so let's do the opposite now. This is not working, but what I want is this. How does that hard drive come out? This can't just pull out. It has to come out some weird way. There's 2 markings on here. Oh, it just tells you what kind of screw. I would assume the screw that's holding it. Let's not lose that. Take the RAM out. Back here. Right now, my goal is to figure out how to get the hard drive off. The caddy is what I really need. I have compact flash. I need a compact flash. These. Makes your old laptop into a solid state, pretty much. Pretty cool. I haven't got one of these to work on here yet, though. And get rid of that clunk, 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 clunk noise you hear on laptops in the old days. But we need to figure out. So this one, switch it for a minute. Let me see what screws are missing on this one. Once in a while, I used to get one, then I'll go out and I'll invest in one more. So the screw, this is where the caddy's there. I'm trying to understand how that caddy comes out. I see a screw here. So this one, if I plug it in, I'm confident of the issue on this one. Let's we're gonna fix this one. I just gotta get a floppy with the BIOS, the correct BIOS update. So this is what this one does. This one's still a little bit open. Power. Screen comes in better than that. There it is. But it stays there. That's what it stays at. But it's a common issue according to ChatGPT or one of those things I use. Mr. Seek or one of them. If I boot it with the BIOS, I might be able to get past this. The other one, however, we're not getting anything. But I need to figure out the main goal of getting this. So how does that come off? That cover just pop off. There's a little thing right here. That doesn't feel like that comes off. I can't quite get it. It's the same one, but the screw's in there. It's holding that front. There's maybe a cover and then a caddy. See it? There must be a cover. If you pop the cover and then the caddy's under it, that's my only. That's gotta be what it is. Right? Because I can't see the screw. This has got to come off. But I don't want to force it off. See right here? Doesn't seem like it. It's not this screw either. It's not that screw. Because according to this one, that screw. Oh no, maybe it is that screw. That screw's missing. I'm just using reference from that one to this one. This has got to be the problem. If you're pulling it and it's not opening, that means something. It needs something. Yeah, okay. That's the ticket right there. Yeah, that's what's holding it. If I would have jammed, I would have broke it. There you go. All right, so that's this piece right here is what I was looking for. Actually, both these pieces. So this piece would be almost impossible to find. So you always got to upfront invest, get the whole thing, and then worst case, you can just sell some parts off of these. Not so much selling parts off of old laptops as gaming systems, but still potential. So that gives me this. The two pieces I needed. And all the rest I can just use for extra or try to sell some of it. I'm sure there's other people out there with. And now we're back to where we were. So for now, we'll just harvest that and see what we get. We're still going to be stuck at the logo. Unless we don't. We'll find out. So this is all original back into there. It's in there. I can't see if it's all the way in there or not. Yeah, I think it is. Should just sit right back in there because it's all original. Can't really stick a different caddy in it. Is that a caddy and a cover? That's this one. Which here now? Just curious to see what happens when we put this in. For now, we'll come back and do some more. So this is important. I would have broke that if I would have kept pulling. That goes like that. At the end of the day, these all do the same thing, but it's kind of cool to see the old technology. These probably were real expensive at one time. Alright, so we'll see what happens now. So now it has a hard drive in it. Does that make a difference? I don't think it does, but I have to, from what I was told, I had to boot from the floppy to BIOS in order to get anywhere. Let's see what happens. Oh no, actually everything just changed. Look at, so now I'm at the screen where it's saying the CMOS is battered, which is fine. So press F1 key. So now I'm in BIOS. Couldn't get in BIOS without a hard drive. So I just learned something new I didn't know. Enter. End. Sure, yes. So I got past the screen. So it wasn't logo stuck. It was missing the hard drive. It's got XP on it too. Cool. So buying the laptop hooked me up. So without a hard drive, it only stayed at that logo screen. And these don't have the touch pads. These just got this, which I like. I like trackballs the best. But
Wait, you gotta come get the food. Wait.
pretty awesome. I don't remember being able to put the hard drives in different ones, make it work. Seems like
Obviously, I have some nut over here.
it's alright. So how does this work? This is your mouse. WinMX. So we're gonna wipe this out. I'm gonna go back to where I think it was originally was Windows. It's Windows 95, Windows 98. I don't need XP. Yeah, see this says Windows 98. It says Windows 98 XP, so that's what we're gonna wipe this out and put it back to that. First thing I want to do is get rid of someone's business, so let's see if we can do that. I don't need any whatever's on there. I want to get it out of there. So let's see if we can reinstall this, just to wipe out all that, whatever that stuff is. If I can restart this and get rid of, go back to all the original. I got a million other computers I can put Windows XP on. Not a million, but I don't think it'll load it from here. I don't think so. Interactives. I have the official 3rd edition or 2nd edition. This is 2nd edition. Let's do this. I know what we'll do. Let's see if we can get out of this. Let's see if we can restart. I don't need XP. Oh. Let's restart it. Turn off computer. I want to restart. some weird icon thing going on. Again, we're going to wipe it all out in a minute. For now, I'm just going to put it on the original hard drive that's in there. Because it works. Yay. But there is a BIOS for this. Let's see what we can do here. There should be a boot F12, is it? F12? Something. Oh, now I can see better. There we go. Should be F12 or F10. F9. I want to boot this CD to wipe this off of there. Go back to regular Windows 98. Then figure how I can do it with the compact flash one I have. But for now, we have to do it this way. I think it's only, like I said, 64 gigabytes. Megabytes. Let's see if it'll let me do what I want it to do. Before it goes into that. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. I have to see if I can shut it off. I needed to go into that BIOS again. Without going right to the... I need to boot to this CD, but I don't know if the CD works. But I have a second CD. Wait, F1. I need to change it to... I can hear the hard drive in there. So the hard drive is probably good. Old ID hard drive. I'm looking. Usually it tells you different... Oh, there we go. There, that's what I want. Boot from CD. That's what I wanted. Sweet. Now we're good. Nice. So we can get rid of all the other junk. Go back to its original. Except because on a computer does not have a hard drive. Or is not far. A drive requires a special. Oh. Unexpected. Your hard drive requires a special driver. I was expecting to be able to format it through this, but it didn't. Let's see if it'll let me do it. Oh, there we go. Set up Windows, press Enter. Oh, rats, what happened now? Can you hear this hard drive may be going. So good news, bad news. Rats. I thought I could use Windows 98 to wipe the hard drive and put it back on. But I may have made the hard drive not work now. It's making noise. But at least I know that this works. It's not letting me. Oh yeah, that's right, there we go. I want to boot from the CD again. Select start computer with CD-ROM support. Let's try that. Let's see if I get some option to F-disk or something. That's what we wanted. C. Disk. No. I need to get the C drive. I'll have to figure it out later, but it's really I'm gonna have to go through. I have a Windows 95 floppy too I can use. But for now it'll boot back to, I thought it was C. We'll figure it out later. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to wipe this one. So this was a good pickup overall. I can rebuild this one.